How to categorize business expenses in Sage Accounting. That's exactly what we're covering. Log in with your Sage ID and the dashboard loads up. Click the Expenses tab in the main menu, then hit the big New Expense button. That opens the transaction entry screen. The Payee dropdown shows your vendor list. Start typing the supplier's name. If it's not there, click Add New and fill in the name and details. I'm adding Office Supply Company, so we have a fresh vendor. Select it. Now the nominal account field, this is the category the expense hits. Click the drop-down and scroll through your chart of accounts. Most expense codes live in the 6,000 range. For office supplies, I pick 6,500 office supplies. If you don't see the right one, I'll show you where to create it in a minute. Enter the net amount, let's say $150. The tax code drop-down defaults to standard rate VAT for most purchases. Below that, type a description that'll make sense on reports, quarterly office supply restock. If you use department tracking, pick one from the department drop-down. I'll tag this as administration so the P&L can break out admin cost. Scan it quick, vendor, correct nominal code, amount, tax. This is where I've messed up before, picking the wrong code and then finding it later on the trial balance. Click Save. The transaction posts, and you just categorize your first expense. Wakoni mai arabininhan sem nenium. Luling turman, latama menings, minamises codes. Go to company settings, then chart of accounts. On the left you see the account numbers. Sage follows the standard range. 1,000s for assets, 2,000s liabilities, up to 6,000s for operating expenses. Keep names descriptive. 6,410. Travel and lodging is way better than 6,410 MISC because when someone's scanning the ledger, they know exactly what it is. If you spot an old code nobody uses, like an ancient repay rate account, click it and hit deactivate to clean the list. Now to add a new nominal code, click Create Account. Name it something like 6,450 software subscriptions. Put it in the 6,000 range and save. While you're in the code settings, set the default tax treatment to standard rate unless your supplier is exempt. Now let's make sure this code autofills for frequent vendors. Open the contacts list, find Office Supply Company, go to the Financial tab, and set the default expense account to 6,500. Next time you enter a bill from them, the nominal code pops right in. Back in the expense entry screen, let's handle a bill that hits multiple categories. Start a new expense, pick a vendor, then on the first line choose 6,450 software subscriptions, enter amount. Click Add Line, pick 6,410 Consulting. Now one vendor bill has two nominal accounts. On each line, you can also attach a project code if you're tracking job costs. I always add clear descriptions on each line, like annual CRM license and Q4 consulting retainer, so the general ledger tells the whole story. Above the lines, look for the department or cost center field. If you assign departments, marketing for software, sales for consulting, your P&L report can filter by department, giving you a departmental income statement without cluttering the chart of accounts. One critical thing, if you're buying a laptop or a vehicle, use a 1000 series fixed asset code, not a 6000 expense code. Putting a capital item in expenses understates your assets and overstates cost, so double check the type. Also, you'll notice accounts payable is a control account. Sage updates it automatically. Never post a manual journal directly to it, you'll break reconciliation. If you pay for something on behalf of a client, code it to a dedicated reimbursable expenses client nominal account. That keeps it separate from your own overhead, and you can re-invoice easily. For annual insurance or software subscriptions paid up front, create a prepaid expenses asset code and journal the monthly portion to the expense account that aligns costs with the right period. In settings under users and permissions, restrict the ability to create new nominal codes to just the accounting team so you don't end up with duplicates. After posting a transaction, jump to reports and open the trial balance. You'll see the updated balance on 6,500. I always glance at it for large transactions to catch misposts immediately. Under bank feeds, open the bank rules setup. Create a rule that looks for Office Depot in the transaction description and maps it to 6,500 automatically. Saves you from manually coding that every time. If you pay a foreign vendor, enter the amount in their currency. Sage applies the exchange rate and records any gain or loss to a realized currency account, so your base figures stay clean. In the budgets area, set a monthly budget for your key expense codes, then run the budget versus actual report to see where you're overspending. For petty cash, create a bank account called Petty Cash. When you code a petty cash voucher, select the expense nominal account and the petty cash bank account as the source. Back in the chart of accounts, you can group related codes under categories like total utilities, so your executive summary shows aggregates, but you can drill down. If you realize a transaction is in the wrong code, don't panic. Go to Tools, Reclassify Transactions, select the entry, change the nominal code, and save. It's cleaner than a journal entry. Set up nominal codes specifically for non-deductible items like client entertainment or fines. Your CPA will thank you at year-end. On any expense entry, click the paperclip icon or attach button to store the vendor invoice right on the transaction. That builds an audit trail you can access from anywhere. When the month is closed, go to Company Settings, Financial Settings, and lock the period. That prevents anyone from accidentally changing posted transactions. Finally, Sage keeps a full audit trail. Run the audit trail report under Reports to see every change to nominal accounts, who did it, and when. And before you finalize the year, run a complete trial balance to verify every debit equals every credit across all your nominal codes. If this helped you get your expenses sorted, hit like, subscribe for more straight-to-the-point Sage walkthroughs, and leave a comment saying this was helpful. Comments push this to other business owners searching the same thing.